Want to give a big thanks to the supporters of our podcast, Matt J., Carson C., Jacqueline M., Claire G., James P. If you would like to support the podcast, go to patreon.com/whatweremember. The first part of this podcast is a live episode that we recorded at the Main Art Theater in Royal Oak, Michigan. We shot a video for the podcast, and if you'd like to watch it, go to whatweremember.com, and it'll link you to our YouTube page. Thanks.
Brad's wearing a suit coat.
I am wearing a suit coat. I thought I would look better.
You do look better.
I'd sweat it out for the look if I wore a suit coat.
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you. Are you coming on to me right now?
I could.
We're in a public space. I mean, and it's on record.
I know you're starting to perspire a little bit.
Well, I got a suit coat on.
Yeah,
Oh.
we already covered this.
hitting
We
on
already.
you.
Don't flatter yourself.
Just gonna ease into it like a cold pool. You know,
Yeah.
You don't want to dunk yourself in
Or
right away.
a hot tub.
Time machine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too if someone else didn't.
Hey, we're in a movie theater. Let's talk some movies.
We are in a movie theater.
We are coming to you from the Main Art Theater in Royal Oak.
Yeah.
This is a live show.
Yeah.
First
is the
live
intro
show
to the
ever.
live show.
Well, no,
No, it's not.
It's the second live show.
Listen, come on.
Oh, okay.
Did that last one count?
I mean, not really.
It feels like the first one, but it'll feel like the first one every time we do it, I think.
Probably.
It always feels like the
You always
first
wanna-
time.
you wanna
like
make
that
it
Foreigner
s-
song. Is it Foreigner? Feels like the first time?
I
Could be
not tell
anywhere.
you.
As
I was gonna
bands,
say
Boston.
Yeah, I've already got it wrong. I've already got something wrong on the podcast. My name is Bradley Jones,
I'm Andrew Moldenhauer.
I'm Andy Hubert.
and this is not a movie review podcast, but a podcast where we try to remember what happened in a movie we haven't seen in a very, very long time. This is what we remember about The Big Lebowski.
Were there 2 or 3 bad guys in Home Alone? And who was that forgetful fish in Finding Nemo? Join us as we're watching films. See what we remember and what memories we kill. Let's start the show. Here we go. This is what we remember.
And they're playing The Big Lebowski here at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
So we're doing this for, the people, all the people in front of us. There's a lot of them
Uh-huh.
that are here to see The Big Lebowski.
You can hear them clapping.
Oh yeah, it's great.
That was
50% of them plus 50%. No,
Percent of us.
66% of us.
All
That's
right.
some good math in your head. That was. I mean, those are big numbers. It must have been.
Yeah, it's hard to do
divide that.
math when you're live on recording. So let's just get right to it. Andy Moldenhauer, what's the first scene in this movie?
Well, this movie's about bowling, so
Okay,
I
that didn't answer the question.
Wait.
Okay, you were leading into it. I didn't know.
I figured that this movie has like a scene that starts at a bowling alley.
No.
Oh, okay. No, it doesn't?
I think it kicks right off with the rug.
Oh.
No, wait, no. It doesn't exactly kick off with the rug. Because I think he goes to the grocery store before. Oh, gosh. I don't know.
Oh,
I think he
boy.
goes to the grocery store before he has his
Okay,
rug
let's
peed on.
let's start talking about people by their name instead of he's and who's.
The dude.
Okay, played by
Jeff
Bridges.
Yeah.
No, Jeff Bridges.
Oh.
Bo Bridges?
Oh, bro.
Is
No,
it Bo
it's-
Bridges or Jeff Bridges?
It is Jeff Bridges.
Or, no,
Bridges?
it's Lloyd Bridges.
Oh.
The
Christopher
good one.
Lloyd's in this?
Christopher Lloyd Bridges.
Wait a minute.
Christopher Lloyd Bridges of Madison County.
Hey, these London bridges are falling down live on the podcast.
Oh my goodness.
But no, I think it starts at a bowling alley, and we get to meet John Goodman.
Who is a sweet? He's got a shaved head.
Is his name?
No, he's
Walt?
got
some
a
sweet
crew
glasses.
cut.
A crew
Yeah,
cut.
he's got
That's what I meant.
Yeah, flat top.
He looks like an army guy.
He was in Vietnam or
His
something
name's-
like
Oh,
that.
he's got a whole
Walter?
gimmick about that.
Walter. Yep,
Yeah.
Walter. And then Steve Buscemi
Buscemi.
Buscemi.
is also in this.
And then we got Johnny Totoro.
Yes.
Jay Tots.
I think it's pronounced Totoro.
Jay.
My
Johnny-
neighbor.
My neighbor.
Totoro.
my neighbor Johnny Totoro.
Totoro.
But so what? I think he goes to the grocery store first, and this is only important because it sets up that this movie takes place in 1993.
Like specifically, exactly.
So he's at the grocery
When was
store.
it shot?
98.
Okay.
Oh.
He's at
So,
the grocery store
only 5
and
years
he's
difference.
cashing out, and he looks at a TV and it's talking about Desert Storm,
Uh-huh.
or maybe it was
Okay.
91.
Oh, jeez, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
timeline's off.
I don't know how Desert Storm.
I think
don't know
Desert
when
Storm
it
was
ended, really.
91. So you see like clips of like Saddam Hussein, who actually makes a cameo in the dream sequence as well.
Oh yeah, that's a big. The dream sequence is like the most popular part of this movie, I think.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like the thing that everyone knows.
I
No?
definitely know.
Yeah, him
know
dancing,
it.
in that white gas
You're
station.
certainly not
outfit.
shaking your head.
I
Andy,
know.
Have you never seen this film?
I've seen it.
I haven't seen this all the
I've
way
seen
through.
it once
a
back in
long-
college.
Yeah, I've seen it one time all the way through, and that was it. Ever.
I've seen it twice
really-
partway through, and I fell asleep both times.
And I feel bad because it's one of those movies that everyone
Oh,
says
no.
is like one of
I-
the greatest movies ever.
I know. I pulled an Andy Molnar. I fell asleep during this movie twice. I fell
I've
asleep
seen
during
it
this movie.
probably 3 to 4
But
times.
I've seen it all the way through at least once.
Okay.
Well, that's good. At least we have someone who knows what they're talking about.
Math
Yeah.
is there.
No pressure, but we're counting on you for everything now.
Okay, so he comes back from the grocery store, and immediately when he opens the door, there
We're talking about the
is-
dude.
The dude
Yeah.
opens the door. There are 2 guys in his apartment who basically take him into the bathroom,
Okay.
and
I like where this is going.
dunk his head into the toilet.
Okay, I don't like it anymore.
Oh, they
It's,
give him a
it's taking me
swirly?
back to middle school. I don't want
Yeah.
it anymore.
Yeah, and they keep saying, "Where's the money, Lebowski?"
He's not Lebowski.
Yeah, that's what he's explaining.
Well,
Oh.
he's not that Lebowski.
He's like, I'm not
Is
the
he still a Lebowski?
He's still a Lebowski.
Yeah,
He has the same name as the Lebowski they were looking for.
the Big Lebowski.
Yes.
Why doesn't Bo Bridges play the Big Lebowski then? Because it would be
Oh.
like how it would be in real life, where he's the younger sibling.
It would be actually really. I think that there's missed opportunity.
Miscast.
Maybe.
Call the Coens. Be like,
Yeah.
guys.
You guys don't know how to make a film. Come on.
What are you
You haven't
amateurs?
made one good movie.
Literally 20 years ago. This movie came out almost 20 years ago.
Oh, no.
But he does say, like, I'm not Lebowski, I'm the dude,
Uh huh.
man.
Okay.
He's the dude man. Dog. He's the man do dog now man.
One of those
From
things.
Othello, no?
You the man now, dog.
Oh no, wait. Finding Forrester. Where's my brain at?
What? Yeah, I was like, wait, that was Shakespeare?
It could have been. Oh, it's good enough to be Shakespeare. That's why I got confused.
Oh boy.
You're the man now, dog is from Shakespeare.
But yeah, he explains to them that he is not the Big Lebowski, this guy they're looking for. He's just the dude. Mm-hmm. And I think
And so
Wait. Okay.
he keeps explaining that, and they keep asking for the money, and eventually they just they pee right on his
pee on
rug.
his carpet and leave.
Why would they do that?
Because
Just to be
'cause he
mean,
was-
to send a message?
I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just to be mean, they're bullies.
Doesn't the rug get stolen? I thought that was like the big
No, that's
part of the
later.
movie.
No. Yeah, his rug gets peed on. Also, if I jump back to the grocery store stuff, the reason why he's there is because he drinks White Russians all the time, and so he's
that's
getting
his,
milk.
That's his
Okay.
drink, which
Yeah.
is what, milk and vodka? Is that a White Russian? Does anyone in the audience know?
Oh boy.
I'm pretty sure it is. What's in a White Russian? It's milk and vodka.
That sounds
Kahlua
right.
cream and vodka. There it
Thank
is.
you.
Nailed it.
I've never had one, but I've always wanted one because of this movie.
Well, you should order one tonight.
They're tasty.
Do they have them
Fine,
here?
yeah.
That would be actually really appropriate if they had them here.
Oh man.
Well, we can go ask the Maynard if they have White Russians.
We'll just bring our own next time. It just starts.
So he after his rug gets peed on, he goes to the Big Lebowski's house.
Yes.
Yeah, he figures out who the actual.
Because he wants to
Big Lebowski
explain
is.
this like situation that was confusing and not meant for the dude.
Basically, he's upset that his rug got ruined because it really tied the room
He
together.
really liked that rug. It was
It
like his
really
favorite
tied the
thing.
room together.
It's his prized possession.
Yeah.
It did tie the room together. So he is explaining this to the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it turns out he's like a porn producer. Or
No, he's like
something?
No, that's later.
That's what. No,
that's
like-
someone else.
Okay, is it?
That's another character.
Okay.
It's like
Because
But he's like this, rich, crazy, with a bunch of weird people in his
yeah, he's
house.
like a
he's just like a billionaire guy,
Yeah,
right?
he's
He's
a
just like
super
big,
rich dude.
he looks like a walrus, right?
Okay.
He looks like a walrus.
Okay.
No?
I mean, he just looks like a guy in a suit.
Oh, man. Under the bus.
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair though.
He is in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
And he keeps saying like, I get that your rug was peed on, but I don't understand how that involves me.
And like,
Oh,
because they were looking for
yeah,
you.
He used his name. He's not him. He's
like,
the dude.
I'm the dude. I'm not Lebowski. And so they don't really come to an agreement. It's like a agree to disagree about the situation.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And as he's leaving, he meets up with Philip Seymour Hoffman, who is the
Oh.
secretary or assistant
Yeah,
to this
personal
guy.
assistant to this
And
guy.
he's like, "How did the meeting go?" And the dude is like, "He said I could take whatever rug I want."
And so he just steals a rug from
he just
Lebowski.
steals
Why
the
would-
rug.
But
Well, because his rug
Just-
got peed on.
He just wants a replacement. So it's not that the rug is important. It's the fact it got treated
It's
badly.
the idea of the
He's
rug.
more
that's
upset
important.
about
And he
the
should not
treatment of
have-
the rug than the rug itself.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude doesn't have that much to begin with, so every little bit counts for him. When he loses his rug, he needs to replace it.
And that's the whole plot of the movie, is just to get that rug back.
Well, no, that's just the beginning.
Oh, come on. What's the plot of the movie then?
Oh my gosh!
So
Brad.
he gets the rug back.
Okay.
Uh,
We've been saying a rug a lot.
yeah.
Can we call it a carpet?
no.
Can we call
That
it
would no. That
What
would
about
imply
a
something
tapestry? If it's on a wall,
I mean, it is a rug.
They're very explicit in the film that it is a rug.
okay, well,
It tied the room together.
It did.
Rug's also named for a toupee.
Well,
Don't forget about that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, I mean,
Well, I don't know
I
why you
won't.
gotta-
So we get that he's on a bowling league
Yeah, that's
too.
what we
go back
He's in,
to the-
he's
there's
in
a lot
a
of bowling
bowling
in this.
tournament.
So,
Right.
Is this the part where John Turturro licks the bowling ball? 'Cause
It might be.
That part is very iconic to me.
Yeah.
Because
His name is Jesus.
Yeah,
Yes.
or Jesus.
Yeah.
Isn't that what? Yeah.
I think he's
Do they call him
called
Jesus?
both.
Okay, well,
Maybe.
he's got a sweet ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a sleeked back hair.
Also a sex offender.
Oh, wait, in real life or in the movie?
I mean, I don't know. I can't verify that fact. In the movie.
If we get online right now, I bet we could look it
I
up.
bet my neighbor John Turturro is a great guy, and we're just ruining him.
Yeah,
He's great.
it might be.
He's a great actor.
It might be.
He is.
He's wonderful. What's his thing in the movie? What does he want? What is he?
He's
for?
a
Is he
less important
Is he
character.
on
He's
the
not
bowling
as
team,
a-
or is he one of a rival bowler?
He's a rival bowler.
Okay.
He's wearing a sweet purple suit, or maybe it's
purple bowling shirt.
Maybe it's just purple pants and a purple shirt.
Yeah. He's wearing a bowling shirt.
He's
they're bowling.
Is he a
You
flying
can't not
purple
wear a
people
bowling
eater?
shirt.
He's got so much purple on.
Yeah.
Sure looks good to me.
Sure.
Hey, if the shoe fits.
Oh boy.
If the bowling shoe fits, wear it. So, is there a tournament, or are they
Yeah,
just
but that's
like,
not really important.
Oh, Cor, why would it be?
It literally is not important.
Well,
yeah.
You know, they keep talking about the tournament,
And is it just John Goodman and the dude
And Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi are on a team.
yes.
Okay. Are
And,
they called something?
Oh man. I
No.
feel like we should
No.
know. Like they probably
The-
have
the
a good
pinheads?
team name. I don't know.
The Pinwheels.
The
Oh,
Kingpins?
I will say that.
Oh, yeah, the Kingpin. That's the movie. I got confused with this for a long time. But Randy Quaid and Woody Harrelson aren't in The Big Lebowski, as far
No,
as I
they
know.
are not.
No.
Which is disappointing to me.
But I will say, I think the bowling scene actually happens before he meets up with the Big Lebowski because
Okay.
what is John Goodman's character's name again?
Walter?
Walter encourages him to go to the Big Lebowski and to demand.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think the dude doesn't really actually do any. He doesn't initiate anything. He's always told to do something and then he does
Oh, he's
it.
a slacker. It's what they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just chills.
And so after he gets the rug back, he's called by Philip Seymour Hoffman and is asked to come back to the mansion to meet with the Big Lebowski because the Big Lebowski's wife
His
was
wife
kidnapped.
got kidnapped by the guys who were looking for the money. Mm-hmm. And so he basically he wants the dude to do the money drop. He wants
Yes.
him to take
That sounds like a sweet dance move.
the money drop.
Yeah. I do the money drop. It sounds great.
I'd be worried about hurting myself.
You would hurt yourself.
I very much would
Yeah.
hurt
Well, you'd
myself.
have a hernia drop is what the thing would be.
So Kitty is her name, and she was kidnapped by three
She was
German.
kitty-napped?
She was kidnapped by three
boy.
German nihilists.
That's a Brad joke. They're specifically German nihilists?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they say that in the movie.
All right.
are the
I like
German
that. I like
nihilists.
that.
Well, they're referred to as nihilist, and they're German. They have German accents. And Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of them.
Oh, I didn't realize.
How about that?
Learn something new every day. So
Should I pass the reins out to
I mean, well, I was just saying. So I know. So he basically is like, I don't want to do this, but he kind of has to at this point. Do
He
this
doesn't
money
He has to
really
do the
have
money
to.
drop?
Well, yeah.
What's
I
in it
don't
for
know.
him? Does he get paid, or was he get?
I don't know if he explicitly if like the Lebowski,
has to get
the Big
something.
Lebowski
Why else would he do it?
promises him something.
He needs something.
Maybe it says to replace the rug then or something, but he already got a rug.
He already got the rug. I think he's willing to drop the rug situation if he does it.
But he talks. I know after he takes the money, he talks to his buddies again, and Walter convinces him to keep the kidnap money and give the
Yeah.
guys a bag of fake money.
Double cross.
Yeah.
But But it's like dirty laundry or something in a bag.
It is. So they do the drop, and as they're about to do the drop, which is literally they're just supposed to throw the bag of money over a bridge into the underpass below them.
Okay.
Seems
And
simple
then-
enough.
Yeah, and then they pick up the money and they drive off and they drop off Kitty somewhere else. But what actually ends up happening is while they're driving to it, Walter and the dude are arguing about what to do. And Walter is like, I'm going to do this. And
John Goodman's kind of off the rails, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he's like kind of a nutty character.
He's supposed to be kind of, he's
Doesn't he fire
like
a
Vietnam
gun off
vet.
like randomly?
He pulls a gun in the bowling alley.
he
Okay.
does, yeah. We can talk about that. So they're in the bowling league, and what happens is they're competing with another team, and the guy steps over the line, and Walter's like, you stepped over the line. Count that as a 0.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, that's bullshit. I didn't step over the line.
Yeah, they usually have electronic sensors that
Look,
go
this
off
was,
when you
this
go
was
I don't know about
1991, Brad. This is before technology
I was on a bowling
existed.
league as a kid. Now I'm second guessing it.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't.
And
Maybe it was a trust thing.
yeah.
It could be.
Over the line! Huh? I'm sorry, Smokey. You were over the line. That's a foul.
Bullshit. Mark it 8, dude.
Excuse me. Mark it 0. Next frame.
Bullshit, Walter. Mark it 8, dude.
Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, Walter, come on. It's just, hey, man, it's Smokey. So his toe slipped over a little, It's just a game, man.
This is a league game. This determines who enters the next round robin. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't over. Give me the marker, dude. I'm marking an 8.
Smokey, my friend, you're entering a world of pain.
Walter, man.
You mark that frame an 8, you're entering a world of pain.
I'm not.
A world of pain.
Look, dude, this is your partner.
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules? Mark it 0.
They're calling the cops, man. Put the piece away.
Mark it 0.
Walter, put the piece away.
Walter?
You think I'm fucking around here? Mark it 0.
All right, it's fucking 0. You happy, you crazy fuck?
The league game, Smoke.
They disagree with the drop, and Walter does end up throwing the laundry over, and they crash their vehicle. Then the nihilists take the laundry and speed off.
Yeah, they take off. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have the money.
No, well, yes.
Yes.
The dude has the money.
Yes.
Yeah. Which
But-
I don't really know what happens with the money after that.
He leaves it in his car, and then his car gets stolen.
Yes.
Like, they come back and, like...
And then, dude, where's my car starts?
Yeah. the
And that
dude,
movie's
where's my car?
Oh, wow, look at
Wow!
that connection. You took it to another level. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
But in response, the nihilists are very upset because they didn't get what they wanted, so they actually send a finger
And
to
it's one
the
of their
Big
fingers?
Lebowski. No, it looks like a
Where'd they
female
get
finger.
That? Oh.
Yeah. It's a
Where'd they
female
get that?
finger.
Where'd they get that?
Well, you don't find that
Where
out
did he
until
get
a
that?
little bit later.
Okay, well, spoil it for me.
Okay, well, you think it's from Kitty, but it's
Yeah.
actually, there's a diner scene where the nihilists are at a Denny's or something like that, and there's one woman with a cast on her hand, and it's covering up her entire hand. So you could tell, like, they show it close up, so you tell that it was set up. Like, they
Okay.
tried to make it look like they hurt Kitty, but they didn't.
Okay.
They actually cut, like, one of their friend's fingers
Oh,
off.
yeah. That's what I thought happened. I was
Committed
I was
to
a little confused.
the ruse.
Yeah.
So he sends that to the Big Lebowski, and at some point too, like the dude comes back, and there's again he comes home and finds two goons in his apartment who like knock him out, and then he wakes up, and the rug that he stole is gone again.
There we go.
He
That's
gets
what I'm
stolen back from
trying
him.
to get to.
Oh.
Yeah, so the Lebowski steals his rug back.
Okay. The other thing, you did say something about porn, and there is there's porn in this movie.
Tara
yeah,
Reid
right.
is in this movie,
So
right?
she's Kitty.
Yeah. Oh, she plays.
She's like the trophy wife. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
and she's
She's like 16 years old.
she's also a porn actress.
In real life or in the movie?
Yeah, again, I can't verify that.
We'd have to look it up. I'll do some very detailed research later.
you need to be specific. I need the deets.
And she in a porn with two of the nihilists
Oh, okay.
and a producer. I think his name was Jack.
Reacher.
Jack Horner?
Horner, little Jack Horner sat in a corner.
I don't know if Jack Horner is
Eating
might be
his-
from.
That sounds like
Pie?
a real person.
Jack
forgot
Horner
how
might be
that
from
thing
Boogie
went.
Nights. Actually,
Oh, that might be from Boogie Nights.
Julianne Moore's in this movie, also in Boogie Nights. We haven't gotten to her yet.
Yeah.
Her introduction
She's related to someone.
into the movie
Oh yeah, it's great.
is tantalizing.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, speak to
about
us,
it.
Brad.
So, I forget why, but Big Lebowski, not Big Lebowski, the dude,
Okay.
Little Lebowski.
is in some sort of mansion or
Lil
warehouse.
Bowski.
Julianne Moore plays an artist,
She-
like
yeah.
a sort of a paintress,
Yeah.
if you will.
She's a feminist artist.
And
Oh yeah, and she's like painting with like her whole body or
oh,
something.
you spoiled it. I was about to get
Guys,
there.
then the ending happens.
Hold on. You're spoiling everything. We're not there yet.
Okay, keep going.
So there's
I just got excited. is
a
all.
giant canvas, or maybe just some white something laid out.
Yeah.
Julianne Moore swings in fully nude, Superman style, like a trapeze artist.
Yes.
And she's
paint
like,
going everywhere.
yeah, she's throwing paint off of her paintbrush.
Uh-huh.
And
And she's covered in paint.
the dude
Everything's
is
covered
walking
paint.
in and he gets covered in paint. But I don't know what her character does in this movie.
I think she just does that one scene and then she's kind of done.
I thought she was like the
What a
Big
great actress,
Lebowski's
though.
ex-wife or something.
Oh, could be. What a great
she's someone's
actress.
ex-wife.
She's being underutilized if she's in this movie only for this scene. Let me just put that out there.
She's in like 3 scenes, but she is underutilized for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe she's the producer's ex-wife or something. I don't know.
In the real life or in the
No,
movie?
she's actually
That's a question we've asked way too many times in this
Well, I
movie.
don't know these answers.
No, I agree. These are real questions.
I think she's actually like the sister of someone.
Oh, maybe.
Tara Reid's sister, maybe?
No, it's
doubt
definitely
it.
not.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's sister? Could be.
It might
be.
be.
Who else would it be?
Is it the Big Lebowski sister?
I'm
It
going.
might be because I feel like she.
The ex-wife theory sounds better though, because the Lebowski seems like he's got a lot of ex-wives.
Well, and like and like you said, Tara Reid's like 19.
disagree
and,
with
like
that.
she's like clearly a trophy wife because he's just like a rich dude.
I would disagree. I would say she's the sister of the Big Lebowski.
Could be. Is she? Does she live in the same house?
No,
Okay.
she has like her own like art studio
Yeah.
that she lives at.
Okay.
And she, the elements of this movie are so confusing sometimes. Like I feel like he's just told
Oh,
what's
the
happening?
audience is trying to tell us.
Maud Lebowski.
Oh, so she is okay. So we're on the track.
So she
She has some sort of relation to
is,
the Big
yeah.
Lebowski.
One way or
It
another.
doesn't exactly clear everything up, but
She's a sister or an ex-wife.
yeah, we're still there.
We're talking about this for too long. Let's move
That's
on.
okay.
This is the pivotal moment in this
Yeah,
film.
we
is-
need
is
to
what
know.
she does.
Inconsequential.
Well, she
when are we
ends
going to
up-
get to the big dance number?
Okay,
Oh my
we can
goodness.
get there.
Yeah.
Is it
Well,
coming
then
out?
let's do it.
No, okay. I think she explains that Kitty is a porn star, and so I think that leads him on the clue to follow the porn producer and director.
So he's almost like a private detective.
yes,
sort
this
of,
is like
yeah,
a film
basically.
noir.
Yeah, it is.
basically.
A 1991
It's like a
film
slacker
noir.
Yes,
film noir,
It is
yeah.
a slacker film noir.
I don't know if this is a dumb question, but does he get high all the time, like in the movie?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I know he's like, he is high all the time.
The first scene when he
was
meets
just
the Big
curious.
Lebowski, he pulls out a joint and starts smoking. And so he goes to, I want to say it's not Jack Horner because I think that's from Boogie Nights. But
That's a fictional character.
Look, we've
who
made up
sat in
names
a
on this
corner
podcast
eating a
before.
pie.
You can
All
just
right,
run
fine.
with it.
Jack Horner, which is Ben Gazzara. He goes to meet with him, and he's having a giant like beach party.
Oh, okay.
That sounds sweet.
I
Yeah,
don't
everyone's
remember
doing
this.
drugs and everyone's naked. And there's women jumping on trampolines.
Wait, when is this party?
Without tops on.
Did we get tickets to it?
I mean, this is like
Are we invited to
This
this
is every
thing?
Saturday
This is
night
like
for me.
You're hanging out with me every Saturday
Oh
night.
gosh. But yeah, we're naked on a beach.
Well,
though.
yeah.
Where's that trampoline at?
We always forget to pack it.
Yeah.
What happens at the beach party? Why does this scene exist in the movie?
How does it
I
drive the
think
plot?
he's
Does it help
saying
him
that
figure
he's
out who the kidnappers are?
He has to
or
be
what's
figuring
really
something
going
out through
on?
the party, right?
Yeah, he's like sort of led on
He's
to a secret.
detectivizing.
He's led on to
Ooh.
a secret. I can't.
A secret beach
Is it going to
party
remain a secret until part 2?
Oh, it might, because I don't know what the secret is exactly.
The secret is so secret, the movie doesn't tell you what it is.
Is it at all possible that Kitty is in on this whole kidnapping idea plot?
We find that out late.
Okay, I'm
But
spitballing. I don't actually know this.
She's
so.
She's not involved in the plot.
Okay.
So is she kidnapped at this point in the movie?
She's still missing.
Okay,
Yes.
so we haven't met her yet.
Well, no,
You see her in the opening scene when he goes to see the Big
but then
Lebowski.
she's gone.
And then she's gone for the rest of the movie until the end. I don't know what the secret is, but regardless, what Jack does is he gives...
Ben Gazzara is Jack? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Ben Gazzara gives the dude a drink with drugs in it. And so he takes the drink and he ends up like passing out.
It
And this is
it
when
sounds just like Annie and I's beach parties.
Yeah.
yeah.
That happens every
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Let's go
Every
back to
time.
the Vine.
The app, the Vine?
Yeah. We have to go back a couple
Yeah, we have to go back to it because it's gone now.
And so this is when you get the dream sequence where
Yeah, here we go.
is-
So it's a drug. What's it called? It's got a specific name.
Like
A drug.
drug-induced.
There's a specific
nightmare.
name for this scene in a film. And I can't remember what it
nightmare.
is. Maybe it's just like a
it's a drugscape.
a trip. It's a drug trip.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay.
Wow,
That's
boy,
like,
No one
wait,
said it.
Oh boy,
well,
Brad.
neither of you said it.
Oh boy, Brad. Take
It's
forever.
a drug trip scene.
You got there.
it's like any
You
trip.
didn't help me at all.
Look, there's some things you got to learn on your own. I'm trying to help you walk. Okay.
Well, I'm trying to run to that beach party. The dude is wearing a sweet
Yes, tell us about
white.
the dream
Is he like
sequence.
a gas station attendant? That's what it always reminds. Or a milkman or something.
It's like a milkman, yeah, without
Okay.
sleeves.
And
He's
it's,
walking down some stairs. He's
Yeah.
got like some bowling shoes on.
it's a really well choreographed scene.
It reminds you of
Singing
like,
in the rain,
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna say it
yeah.
reminds
It's
you of
like
like a
Gene Kelly.
40s or
I could
50s
see that.
musical.
but
like-
bowling ball themed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the women have like these giant bowling pin hats.
Okay.
And
Ooh.
he ends up like floating down a bowling alley. I don't want to say the next part.
He's floating down a bowling alley.
Why don't you
And
want to say
then
this?
it's like Crocodile Mile where there's water at the end. And he hits it and takes a dive.
Yeah,
And then he's covered in.
and then he wakes up.
And he wakes up. What does he poop his pants or something? Why don't you want to say it?
Yeah, you seem really uncomfortable right
Yeah,
now.
is it something
What
like
are you
weird?
skipping? What are
It's
you
fine.
skipping
It's
over?
Or you just like, is it, or you feel like you're talking too much?
Yeah.
Sure, that doesn't
Well,
convince
you've
me
only
at
seen
all.
the movie long enough, like more than we have. You should be talking more. We're just here to make the jokes.
when he wakes up, I don't know where he wakes up at, but he
Not at the mansion. He wakes
I
up at
don't
another
know.
location.
The beach party.
he's on the floor in his place.
Back in his house again?
Oh, the rug.
That's
rug
when
is
he.
gone
That's when the
again.
rug is gone.
Oh,
There
okay,
it is.
There we go.
Okay, we should give that guy this mic.
So the rug is gone again.
He has a shiner. Let's get this guy in here.
He knows more than we do, but that's kind
So-
of the point.
After that, I mean, I thought that he ends up like showing up at the police station to like I think he gets arrested or something like that.
Why?
Oh,
Oh, Andy, you're letting us
lost
down.
it's
Why?
lost upon me.
You were going so strong.
I was
You're
the
really
ending-
petering out at the end here.
There's so many like
Did you fall asleep?
I bet you fell asleep more during the end of the film.
there's like
than you did
200
during the
scenes in
beginning
this
of the film.
movie.
That's true. I mean, it's the Coens.
And so far, none of them are plot.
Yeah.
So far, they're just things happening. This happens and this happens.
We
and
like
this
briefly
happens.
mentioned that
Well,
there was a
what's the plot?
kidnapping, and then we have built nothing upon that.
I'm gonna say
Say it.
skipping over that, he ends up going to the police station. I think he is I think he's like picked up because he's like intoxicated.
Okay.
I think before what that guy said of him showing up at his apartment, I think he's intoxicated.
Uh-huh.
And the police pick him up. He shows up at the police station. And he's like, they're interrogating him and trying to like figure out who he is, what's going on, and he's like
who are all you people?
he's not cooperating with them at all.
Did they bring in an inflatable dummy and start torturing it?
I hope.
Every police interrogation scene needs to
Yeah.
be held to the standard of Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
Because that scene was great.
Get that reference and watch our episode of Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
How would they watch it, Brad? This is a podcast.
Well,
With their ear holes.
They can still watch it after the podcast, not during the.
Oh, watching
so
the
there's
movie
a time.
itself.
Yeah, there's a time and space after the podcast where someone could watch a movie
Sure.
or do anything with their life.
But you said to watch the pod. Okay, I don't
You know,
understand.
like,
I'm lost.
It's okay.
So
listen to the
he's
podcast,
not
watch the
in-
movie.
So he's not cooperating in this interrogation.
Yeah, and the police officer like literally throws a cup of coffee at his head, and it like
Oh man, I wish you
hits
knew
him-
more about this movie to help you, Andy. I'm so sorry.
Oh man,
know.
Brad, you should have watched it more than once and
thought-
fallen asleep.
I thought I knew a fair amount, and I'm like, you lost me years ago. I'm like, Oh my god. I'm like, did I watch this movie or did I only fall asleep every time?
Maybe you're thinking of Dude, Where's My Car? It could be.
And then those three nihilists morph into one giant woman.
Let's start to wrap up because we're so lost.
Yeah.
The car does get stolen with the money.
Yes.
They end up tracing. The police end up picking up the car and finding it again.
Oh, okay.
And for some reason, there is homework in the back seat, and it's for a kid. And so they're able to trace the homework back to a kid's house where they think the kid stole the money because the Big Lebowski wants the money back.
Right.
And so
I'm going to need a recap at the end of this episode. But,
oh yeah,
but keep going.
So they confront the kid who has a dad who is literally like dying in the living room. He's like in a machine, like
geez.
dying.
Oh,
Yeah,
why?
like hospice in the living room.
Yeah. And then so Walter for some reason gets angry and he's trying to like good cop bad cop this little kid
By himself?
and the kid
With
is
the
not
dude?
saying anything with the dude.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they go out and they're like, for some reason they go out and they assume that the kid bought a very expensive sports car because it's right in front of their house, and he goes to smash the car up and he's like, where's the money, the money?
This is the scene I thought was happening earlier.
Yeah.
With John Goodman flipping a dip.
Could be. It could be.
Yeah, he just goes bonkers on this car.
But it's someone else. It's a neighbor's car, actually.
So he's more like John Badman in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I swung at the T-ball, guys. and I hit it, but it did not get a home run.
You should have quit it.
Oh, boy.
What happens is Kitty just shows back up.
Just out of nowhere. It's like
Yeah.
I wasn't even that lost. I was
She just
taking a
like
walk.
drove to like Nevada or something like that, and then came back.
Just for funsies.
Okay.
Yeah, just for funsies.
And so, like,
She
the other
like
people took
like they
advantage
show
of the fact
back
that she was
up.
gone?
Yeah,
Oh.
they show back up to the Big Lebowski's house, and there's just a car smashed into a statue, and then they find out that Kitty is just fine. Her finger wasn't cut off. She's totally fine. So they kind
what
of think it was like a
the,
setup.
The movie.
Good question.
Right. Does, like, everything go back to normal? Does he ever finally get a rug to tie the room together?
Oh,
again?
yeah.
I don't
Did he get
think
his
he-
rug back?
I don't.
I mean,
think
his
he
rug got
does.
peed on. He doesn't want that rug back.
Well, could you get some dry cleaning?
Yeah.
You can dry clean that pee off. I
don't know.
I pee on your rug all the time. I just clean it afterwards.
Oh, I assumed that was my cat's, but it makes
No.
sense that it's you, actually.
Yeah.
That makes a lot
Yeah.
more sense.
Well, sometimes I don't clean it.
It's a lot of
Sometimes I clean it, and sometimes I don't clean
I mean,
it.
it's really obvious.
It's because your rug does not tie the room together, so it's just
No,
like we
it's-
gotta pee on it.
It's a little ostentatious, if you ask me.
Fair enough. All right. I'll hire a decorator, and we'll revisit the rug.
There you go. And then they go back to bowl basically
Okay.
to do their league. I think they just have a bad game, and so as they're leaving the bowling alley, that's when they're confronted again with the nihilist.
Okay.
And the nihilists try to get into a fight with them. During the fight, do you guys know what happens?
I
I have zero.
I'm gonna say that
Zero
I'm gonna
clue.
say
I don't
here's-
remember any part of this
Here's
bit.
what I'm gonna say. The dude
Okay.
loses.
Oh,
like
well-
Rocky, like Rocky style.
No,
loses.
well, okay. So they get into the fight,
And John Goodman and
I assume John-
is-
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone thinks that Steve Buscemi gets shot.
gets got.
Gets got.
Gotta
But
get-
he
Gets
actually
gets goosed. Sorry.
Ooh.
instead of getting
that's right.
shot, he's actually having a heart attack.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have eaten so much fried food.
I don't know what he eats, but he shouldn't do that. So they rush him to the hospital,
The
but
Russians rush him to the hospital.
it's
They're German.
Oh,
Yeah.
I already. Oh boy.
yeah.
That's what I forced
He
too many. I
drinks
forced
white
one
Russian.
too many
You can't-
jokes.
Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
you
gosh.
can't have
wow.
Russian nihilists.
Brad, try to keep up, Brad.
I am so far behind. Thank goodness Andy has actually seen the film.
And Steve Buscemi dies.
Oh,
Tragic.
He gets goosed.
How do I not remember that? That
Oh,
would've
that's like important. It's
I
like one of the
know.
most important
That's
scenes.
why I'm so confused.
The best thing is that Steve Buscemi's character literally throughout the entire movie can never hear what people are saying. He's asking people to repeat themselves, and then he's always interjecting at the wrong time, like he's so late. And so
What?
exactly.
Oh boy.
He does that throughout the
Make a joke.
entire movie. And then so he ends up dying, and they decide to
He ends up getting goosed, Andy.
he gets goosed.
Thank you.
Okay. Walter and the dude decide to, after he's cremated, to dump his remains into the ocean.
Okay.
And so as they're going to do that, they go onto like the windiest cliff possible.
I never saw it, so don't talk about the movie.
Oh,
Oh no.
that's exactly what we're doing, though. All right.
That's all we're doing.
All right, Andy.
Godzilla versus Mothra. I actually walk over there.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
Andy, whisper to me, because we need to finish the podcast. So just whisper me what happens to the end of the film.
Okay. We don't want to spoil it for one guy.
I couldn't tell if he was joking or not. That was the hard part.
Yeah. The windiest cliff.
Yeah, and so as he's dumping the remains, they all blow back into the dude's face.
Oh. So he's had coffee in his face. He's had.
It was a rough couple
How
days.
many things are going in this dude's face?
I think like the
Several.
point, this movie is kind of just a nihilistic plot. Like so many things happen, and they're not really connected to anything.
And then in the end, like none of it matters, basically.
Right, and then like the dude never asked for any of this in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
he got
always-
roped into
he's
something
carried
that he
along
never,
by everybody else. Yeah.
Right. There's other like insignificant things that like there's scenes that don't really matter, but like the characters talk and like kind of expand the plot a little bit more. Like their landlord is this like timid guy who always comes by and he's like, "Hey man, do you have my rent for me?" And then like he's also in a dance troupe and he's like, "Hey, you know, if you guys are busy tonight, maybe you can come see my dance show." And he's like really bad at dancing.
Oh, no.
But it's like it's kind of funny to watch. But during the scene, like Walter and the dude are talking about the drop and everything and like how to.
Yeah, where's the money at this point in the film?
I don't know. I think the money gets lost.
That was my big question.
That was your
to
Big
come back.
Lebowski.
It was my Big Lebowski to come back and ask what the heck was going on.
I don't know what happens with the money.
Does he open it at the end and he has it, or like someone opens it who needs it and
The
they have it?
the kid gets his dad his
Yeah.
life-saving surgery.
There was a character that needed the money really
Questions?
bad,
Oh
and he
boy!
ends up
Well,
getting the cash.
write these down. We'll
Questions
come back
for
to them in
part two.
two.
We say write these down. We've never written anything down.
You used to, Brad.
I used to.
What
In
In
happened
your
to
head.
I
you?
have
You can write them
dropped
down in your
What
head.
happened to you, Brad?
The ball. The ball has been dropped.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
All right.
it.
Yeah.
And then the movie wraps up from there.
Well, let's go quickly over
Oh God, we
literally
just, no.
everything again.
No.
There's more people here now than there were.
They're all running
before.
away.
And we have an audience question.
We do have an audience question. Is this thing on?
Oh, it's a
It's a
statement. All right.
it's a statement.
Do we have to click on the thing?
No, it's
Yeah,
go- oh,
not-
oh, yeah, you do.
There you go. Oh,
I didn't do it.
Brad.
You can't do it
it's
while
all
it's
broke.
recording.
Oh, Brad messed
Let's
it up.
take a 2-second pause.
I just want to say that the kitty is actually the bunny.
Oh, wow.
That's her name?
Is actually
She's
the bunny.
known as the bunny. That's all I wanted to say.
That's all?
That's all I wanted. Well, I have some other things too.
Okay.
Let's go. Yeah, help us out.
Please,
we clearly,
please help
I
us.
apparently
Okay,
fell asleep
so
halfway
I
through this
haven't
film
seen
and never
this
saw it all.
movie, But so there's two Jeffs.
Yes, there are two Lebowskis.
Maud is Jeffrey Lebowski's daughter.
Uh-huh.
And she
Daughter.
You
gets,
didn't even say that.
No.
She hooks up with Jeff. What is it? The dude.
Yeah, she
Dude.
does hook
She
up.
hooks up with him and
Oh
gets
my gosh.
pregnant by his baby. That's all. That's
Oh
all I
my
have
gosh.
to say.
Guys,
Andy, how did you forget that?
Andy.
No, I didn't forget that. I just didn't say it.
Oh,
there were so
no.
many
Thank you
other
so much.
things. Thanks.
Oh,
Thanks,
boy.
Charlie.
That was Shelly, everybody. She'll be on a future episode at some point if we can convince her to do it.
Well, we're probably going to talk about Mulan at some point.
Ooh.
Yeah.
we
Oh,
can
she
do
just
that.
got really excited.
Okay,
could
so
do that.
there's a dragon played by Eddie Murphy. There's that really
Donkey.
good. What did you just say? What did you just say?
Hey, Shrek.
Oh, okay. Hey, Shrek.
Oh my goodness, what is?
So yeah, Maud does have.
Harold and Maude.
She has sexual relations with the dude.
Oh.
so formal about
And
it.
Yeah, you swiped your brow mid-sentence.
I got so
He
nervous.
was thinking he was getting the vapors, thinking about it. He was,
Close one.
oh my.
Yeah, but the movie is over from there.
Okay.
I think.
I'm curious. I thought
Any-
I'd seen
any-
this all the way through, but at this point I'm convinced I've only ever seen half of this film.
Yeah.
If you can understand what we just said,
I think I've seen some clips on YouTube, and that's about it. from what I can remember. There's a lot more bowling in my memory too.
There is.
That was like a lot.
There's probably like a lot
bigger
of small
thing.
I
things.
will
like,
say, I feel that the bowling is insignificant to the actual movie.
yes.
Well, I feel like you could say that about a lot of things you've said so far.
No, I'm just saying that the bowling is not
it's not played
plot
up
development
at
at all. It's just scenery.
It's just fun characters doing fun things.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
it's
no storyline there.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that has a connection to a film noir that I'm just not making.
not that I can.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well.
I don't know.
Should we
time?
end it there?
Yeah.
We're
Is
at
it
time.
time?
We
All
should
right.
probably pass out some
time it up.
posters.
The Big Lebowski's about to start. We
And
are
end.
done
go
with the
kick it
podcast.
off.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Maynard Theater in Royal Oak.
Thanks for listening,
Some,
guys.
Yeah, there you go. It's not so bad.
Our part 2 will be done in studio, not live. Live to tape in studio.
Live
yeah.
to tape.
We've recently uploaded all of our episodes to our YouTube page. That's more of a convenient place for you to listen to this. Go to whatremember.com. Thanks.
Are you employed, Mr. Lebowski?
Oh, wait, let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Are you employed, sir?
Employed?
You don't go out looking for a job dressed like that, do you? On a weekday?
Is this what day is this?
Well, I do work, sir. So if you don't mind...
No, I do mind. The dude minds. This will not stand, you know? This aggression will not stand, man. I mean, your wife owes me...
My wife is not the issue here. I hope that someday my wife will learn to live on her allowance, which is ample. But if she does not, that is her problem, not mine. Just as the rug is your problem. Just as every bum's lot in life is his own responsibility, regardless of who he chooses to blame. I didn't blame anyone for the loss of my legs.
It's a confusing movie.
It is. I'm not at all surprised we had difficulty in the part 1 on this one.
I was watching it today, and I thought I kept missing plot, and scenes just kept
I
happening.
watched it about 3 hours ago, and I'm still not
The
sure
movie
the
just
order of
keeps
events.
introducing new characters into scenes, and I don't understand why that happens.
I do want to
Well,
go on record
here's the
saying
thing.
that I enjoyed the movie. I didn't
It's-
think it was
I don't know if I
bad.
did or not.
I like this movie as well, but it's a 2-hour movie
Yeah.
with probably over 200 scenes.
Yep.
And probably 40 to 50 characters.
Yep.
And so it's a lot of stuff that is happening. But
And it's
a
a lot of people just talking in chairs to each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, you can argue that a lot of Coen Brothers movies have just people in chairs.
I was gonna
talking to
say
each other.
they're all
Sure.
about like that close-up shot, reverse shot.
Yeah.
So-
And close-ups of cool things that
Yeah.
happen for some reason.
Yeah.
But I think there is no direct plot to this movie. I think even the nihilist characters have that theme kind of is throughout the movie. Like the movie is very nihilistic in itself.
Yeah.
The main character throughout the entire movie is being thrown into situations that he doesn't really understand or agree or care about.
He's carried through the film
He
by
doesn't
everything
care about
happening.
any of these
Yeah.
situations, but he keeps getting
Which is
He's ambivalent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is the point.
And that is
I do
really
think
what
it
is happening in this
yeah,
movie.
and I think that's a lot of fun because I feel
Because he doesn't really need money, even though that's kind of the
Yeah.
thing pushing him is to get money, but he doesn't seem like he wants
I
it
think
for
that's
anything.
the big thing. The character never
doesn't have a
needs
want.
anything.
I mean, Walter is the
Yeah.
one really wanting
Everything's
that sort of
provided for
stuff,
him.
But yeah.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't.
think
He
all
doesn't
these-
want a
all
girl.
these
He doesn't
other-
want a friend. He doesn't want money. He doesn't want to change the situation. He doesn't want to better himself. He just wants to mosey on
just
through
wants
life
to
as
be-
he already is.
he's a slacker.
and he
He's
does
just
end the movie the same way he starts with the nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just a man to himself, and that's pretty much it. And I think all these characters are trying to give him needs, or give him jobs, or give him just something.
Some sort of push.
He just doesn't care throughout the entire movie.
You're almost waiting for him to finally engage with something, and it still never happens, which it's kind of fun. It's like an itch that doesn't get scratched, but I don't know. This isn't a movie that I am crazy about. And I obviously wasn't in part 1. I
That's
didn't
fair.
remember much of it anyway. But I didn't not like it. I was afraid in the first 10, 15 minutes that I was going to end up not liking this movie. Because I was sitting there and
I
I'm
was
like,
kind of-
I don't know.
I was
kind of
brought in by the first couple minutes. I thought that was good.
I was put off in the first couple minutes. And then by around the 20-minute mark, I was like, okay, I'm actually really enjoying the film. But I was definitely nervous that we were going to come back here and I was going to have to say out loud to the public that I don't like this because that's some sort of crime.
You can't dislike
You
the Big
can't
Lebowski.
dislike this movie.
You can't do it. You hate movies if you dislike
but
the
it's
Big
not
Lebowski.
a movie I need to come back to.
You can like or hate whatever you want. It doesn't matter what other people
You can't
think.
say it about this one. People
It
take
is when they
offense.
throw bricks through your windows.
Yeah,
and
they throw those coffee cups at your face.
They're gonna come for you if you don't like this movie.
They come over and pee on your carpet.
Yeah.
I think this movie has plot. It doesn't have story. Like, it has scene by scene.
Yeah.
Each scene is leading to the next scene, and it does a good job of that, but it's not telling a story.
I think
We're not going for a ride as an audience.
I think the idea
we're
is
just sitting in a window watching things happen.
Yeah, we're witnessing like three
you can
different
love that or
stories.
you can hate that.
We're watching three different stories through the dude's eyes. Is almost it. So we only get the parts that he experiences, and there seems to always be more happening that we don't get to see. And so then it comes
he
up
doesn't
later.
even
we're
get
like,
to
oh, this
see.
is- yeah. So we know as much as he does, which again is I think definitely part of the stylistic choice of the
Right.
film.
And I think there's a lot of loose strings that get answered, but in like the least amount of information, to the point where you're not even sure if they're actually answered. Like a perfect example is when they go to is it Jimmy or the kid? They go to the kid's house to see what he did with the money, but then like
Which we did get right in
later on, they're speculating whether or not there was money in the first place,
Yes.
but they're never actually saying, like, the Big Lebowski never says that there wasn't money in the briefcase.
So
So you don't know like what is going on and why this little kid isn't just saying like, I never had any money. I don't know what, he doesn't have a single line.
Yeah.
So the dude goes through what he thinks happened with the briefcase being empty and him being set up and all this other stuff. Is that true? Is all the things
We
we say
don't
true?
know.
You don't know for sure. It's sort of like everything is ambiguous afterwards. Like when he confronts the Big Lebowski about it, and
He
Big
doesn't
Lebowski's
deny
sort of
it,
like,
he doesn't
Yeah,
agree
he
to
doesn't deny it, but
Andy,
he doesn't
I want
agree
the
with it.
truth.
You can't handle the truth, Brad. It's just a fact. He
does.
You
Jack.
need people like me on this podcast, okay?
The Big Lebowski does say, when the dude confronts him with his interpretation of the story, the Big Lebowski doesn't say that that's what happened, but he says like something along the lines of like, it's fine to put you in this situation because you don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like if this were to be true and you were in this situation, it wouldn't mean anything because you don't really matter, is what he's saying. But he's not saying like, yes, I didn't give you money
Right.
to do this drop.
He's saying whether I did or not, it doesn't matter because you were expendable, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, we don't quite remember. We're a little bit apart from when we did the part one of this.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
So, did we say that Sam Elliott was in the movie?
Nope.
And that he did the voiceover? Because I
No, we
forgot this
didn't.
movie had a narrator.
I don't think we mentioned
No,
it.
we did not.
I was going to
mention
say we should
Okay.
probably do at least like a real quick basic bare bones rundown of this because the part one is all over the place for anyone who's listening
Sure.
who's not
Oh,
going to see
boy.
it.
I could do it. So basically, the dude has two guys break into his apartment.
Yep.
They pee on his rug. So
Yep.
he goes to the guy who they were supposed to pee on his rug.
Yep.
And he asks for a new rug. That doesn't really work out, or it does work out.
It does work
Yeah,
out.
he
It does
he
work
gets a
out
rug.
actually. But then in the process, they ask the dude to.
After the fact, he goes home and then like, wait, we got a ransom note. Because he meets the
Right,
Big
so-
Lebowski's wife,
Bunny gets kidnapped, and then they ask.
but not really.
Well, she goes missing, and they
She goes
get a
missing.
ransom note.
Yeah. Which, that's from the Nihilists? That
It
note?
is from the
Yes.
Nihilist. And then the dude is paid like $20,000 to do the drop, and so he's like, "Well, money."
What
so
does he
I'll
do with
do
that
it.
money? What does he do with that
He didn't
money?
get
He
it.
never got it.
He never got
it.
He was
So
supposed to get paid
Does
after.
he ever get money?
No.
No. Okay.
No point.
All right. Because he doesn't seem like he has a need for money.
I also like
he drives.
the-
He like drives around. He has a bowling league. I mean, he's got expenses. He's got an apartment.
I know. There's no inclination of a job
Yeah.
or where he gets money from.
He says when he's lying in bed with Julianne Moore that he used to write for some.
Yeah, that he was
something.
one of
He
the
said, like,
authors
the-
of some sort of
He
paper.
said the
Yeah.
Port Huron Stables or something like
Yeah,
that.
so
I wrote
that's how
that
he
down
get-
and I tried to look it up and I couldn't find
So that's how he
anything.
has money. Is that?
I'm guessing it's
how
he
we're-
gets some
we're
sort of
assuming?
residual.
He was
from
giving
it,
her
enough
some
to
bullshit
subsist.
story about
Okay.
something he did probably
Well,
20,
anyway,
20
get,
years
get
ago.
back. Get back into the
We
front
need
of the
her
plot,
because the rug that he took from the Big Lebowski
Was important to her.
Happened to be important to her.
It was sentimental. Yeah, it was her mother's, and it was not the Big Lebowski's
Yeah.
right to give it to the dude.
Right.
So that's why she comes into play. But then she wants to have a kid.
Yeah. Well, also she wants him to get the money back that he didn't give to the
The kidnappers.
The kidnappers.
Right, because they imply that it's like money laundering.
Basically,
or
the Big
something,
Lebowski turns out is actually
or not money.
He's not
laundering,
broke, but he doesn't have that money.
Yeah.
It
was all
Julianne
his-
Moore's money.
I don't have this money.
Yeah.
For anyone who watches Stella, for the one
Which is
audience member.
You and I.
and
then
it's all Julianne Moore's money, and she gives like an allowance to the Big Lebowski, and he acts like he has it. So this money came from their charitable foundation, which the
It was
Lebowski was
all-
going to then steal, essentially embezzling that money from the charity.
Yeah. Because it was all the Big Lebowski's wife, and then she died and gave it all to Julianne Moore, I believe.
I think it was their mom's fortune, and the mom left it to
that's
Julianne
so
Moore.
because the Big Lebowski is the brother.
Is he her brother, or is that
he
her
is
dad?
He's the brother. I forgot
Yeah, I think
about
he's the
that.
brother.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah, I forgot about that. Because they're like so different in age.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So let's just stick with that plot line.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
there's also a bowling plot line
Again,
in the
there's like
background.
3
with John
stories
Goodman doing
happening
things.
simultaneously
Yeah.
that we only get snippets of.
So Walter decides to, because Walter
John Goodman.
is asserting himself into every situation because the dude just doesn't care. So the dude is always taking advice in a way.
Walter's sort of steering the
Walter.
dude the whole time.
I kind of love Walter's back and forth wishy-washiness.
Yeah.
Where he's like really adamant about a plan happening, but then when he
And it
fails, he
goes
just
awry.
ignores it. He just pretends it never happened.
Yep, exactly.
Or there were a couple times he apologized.
like at the diner when the dude like gets fed up with him shouting and stuff and just leaves, and he's like, "Oh, I'm still gonna stay here because he still has to be right." So he's like, "I'm gonna stay here and drink my coffee. I'm gonna act like."
And I
this
like
is
when the
normal."
dude was leaving the diner, he went to throw down his change and he threw down a joint as well. And he like grabbed it and put it back in his pocket. Yeah.
That was good.
So they go to do the drop, and Walter has this plan to switch the bag with
Right
his,
when they're about to get to the
dirty
drop.
like it's a last minute idea, and the dude's just like, "Well, this is the greatest idea in the world. It makes no sense whatsoever."
Yeah.
I did like that he had this plan to give them the fake bag, and then he'd fight the kidnapper for the wife too and take her back, and then they're like, just throw it out the window, and he's like, all right, new plan.
And then Walter rolls out of the car
with a machine gun,
with an Uzi.
The Uzi that he got at like a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Which falls to the ground.
Which falls
and just
out of
shoots the dude's car. Up.
Yep. His car throughout the entire movie gets destroyed.
Yeah, he runs into like a pole. He runs into a dumpster.
And then it just like cuts to them at the bowling alley again, just hanging out or something.
Yeah, and I think his car gets stolen with the briefcase.
So
in the
every
back.
time he goes to this bowling alley, leaves his car outside, something bad happens to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
This car is a magnet for terrible things.
Yes.
Yes. And then after his car gets stolen, he reports that to the
And he's like, dude, where's my
police.
car? And they're like, where's your car, dude?
He's
He's like, dude, where's my car?
They find it some scenes later. It's a very short plot line.
Yes.
What if that
But
what if
then-
that part of the movie was a whole movie? Said the people who made Dude, Where's My Car?
I had that same thought just a second ago.
So then we get like the porn producer line where he
The
wants
porn
the money.
So
producer
Maude
stuff
shows
is confusing.
The mod shows Dude a video that Bunny was in with
the nihilist.
a nihilists with doing a porno. And then she thinks that they are the ones that kidnapped her. Why does she
I think
do
she
that?
just disapproves of Bunny.
Of what of her choices?
Yeah, like she's
Okay.
just clearly like in for the money and all that. Like she just doesn't like her.
Because ultimately, what those two guys that beat him up in the beginning are working for the porn producer.
Yeah, and so the
Who's-
porn producer still wants that ransom money.
And his name is Jackie Treehorn. And I do remember in the beginning, part one, I kept saying Jack Horner, which is the porn producer from Boogie Nights, and I couldn't get
Yeah,
them
you were wondering if that was
correct.
the
Yeah.
Boogie Nights one too.
And I made that Jack Horner sitting in a corner eating a pie joke,
There it is.
and no one got that.
But it's Jackie Treehorn, which is close, sort
similar.
of. So I don't really understand that plot line because
Me neither.
Jackie Treehorn is
What is he wants money,
He wants the
from-
ransom for himself.
but he.
I think Bonnie
Right?
or
But
Bunny,
originally he has to want something else.
Bunny owed him money, I believe.
Oh, maybe that was
And
it.
I think maybe like that also played into it where
because the thugs
whole-
that peed on his carpet were originally from the porn guy.
Yeah.
Yes, they had nothing to do with the nihilist.
But those two guys were supposed to go to the Big Lebowski and do that to him.
Yeah.
Why were they supposed to do that
Because
to him?
it's his wife
to get
and
money?
money. And Bunny
They were just supposed
owed
to fleece
money,
him.
I think. Yeah.
For some
yeah, they were
cash or
gonna.
something?
They were
Yeah.
basically just gonna rob him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then they tried to rob the dude and it wasn't working.
Yeah, they robbed the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Then we find out that Bunny wasn't kidnapped all along. She just went to visit
She's
some
just hanging
friends and came back. And the nihilist
She's driving in a car or
The
whatever.
nihilist knew she had left, so they just took advantage of that by
Okay.
writing the ransom note.
This doesn't make any sense to me, but maybe you guys could figure out. Maybe Bunny owed Jackie Treehorn some money, so the Big Lebowski decided to set up a kidnapping plot with the nihilists somehow.
No, they
I
say
don't
that
understand how this all
no,
works.
the kidnapping plot was originally the nihilists' plan, but then the Big Lebowski realized he could use that to keep this ransom money for himself.
Also, I do believe what the dude figures out is true in that the Big Lebowski wanted them to kill Bunny. Because that's what he goes through in his set. Like, you wanted the fake money to go badly so you could pin it on someone else and have a clear conscience and blame it on me instead of what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably true.
So yeah, the nihilists do the ransom thing. Yeah, the Big Lebowski realizes he can use this to get rid of Bunny and get the money.
Yeah, because the only thing I just don't understand is the whole Jackie Treehorn stuff. Because
I'm not sure.
That was kind of weird.
He probably just wants
he
money
says, like,
from
where is
Bunny.
my money?
Because he kicks off the movie, and and then you don't come back to him until like 2/3 of the way through this is when you finally meet back up with that.
Yeah, and he's kind of a wolf in sheep's clothing, where he actually treats the dude nice, but then just like drugging him and then dropping him off. Like, why did he do any of the things he did in the movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
You get those scenes like with the Malibu police where there's like, stay out of Malibu.
Yeah.
all kind of weird.
I mean, they're funny situations.
They are.
But they're just not like, they don't lead into each other naturally.
Yeah, why did the Big Lebowski or Bunny owe Jackie Treehorn money? I don't know. Anyway, let's move past that.
Yeah.
We're not going to figure that one out.
No.
No.
If someone can figure that out, tweet to us.
So yeah, Bunny comes back, and Lebowski kind of
after
figures
many
out.
scenes, yeah, she
Lebowski
comes
kind of
back.
figures out this whole plot idea, where he's like, oh, okay, I see what happened here. So he confronts Lebowski about it, who doesn't confirm it, doesn't deny it. So you kind of assume it's the right that he got the right idea.
I also think that like the Big Lebowski was working with the nihilists because
I'm not sure
they never had...
I'm not sure if that exists.
They never had Bunny in the first place.
Yeah.
She was never actually kidnapped.
No, but they knew she had
then-
left.
Yeah.
And she didn't tell the Big Lebowski she was going to visit friends. So Lebowski thought she was genuinely gone.
Okay,
And
I
so-
see.
The Big Lebowski was hoping she was gone so she
Yes.
would get killed.
And then the
see.
nihilists
Okay,
were
yeah.
like, well, he doesn't know where she is. We can say we kidnapped her and get him to pay us money.
He was trying to use a circumstance to his
They were all
benefit.
trying to use this to their advantage. Yeah.
Okay, that
And
makes
then when the
sense.
PI guy shows up, who is hired by somebody else whose name gets mentioned.
He's hired by Bunny's family.
Yeah. And he admires the dude for playing everybody's side. And but dude's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, I genuinely don't understand what
What
is
do you
happening
mean?
with anyone.
Yeah.
It was a really good bit. He's like, I'm really a big fan of your PI work
He's not.
here, guy.
He doesn't realize that he is playing all of the parties involved.
Yeah, that character shouldn't have even been in there, but he just adds another like confusing and kind of silly, quirky element to the storyline or to the plot.
Yeah.
I don't understand what ultimately would have happened. Like, where do you get the most money from? Because nobody seems to have it. Like, if he was
money,
playing
like-
three different sides,
Like realistically,
it doesn't
in this
exist.
movie, the money never existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
At all.
everyone keeps saying they're going to pay anyone else. It's always, I'm going to pay someone else. It never actually happens. Like, no money moves around except theoretically $1 million ends up with the Big Lebowski.
For why? How did he get
The
it?
ransom money. He kept it.
But he never had it.
Well, the foundation did. He stole it from the foundation.
Oh, he laundered it that way?
Yes.
That's what. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the money to
So
pay
he
the
did have
ransom
money.
was real.
So he did have money at the end of the movie.
If that's what he did, which again he doesn't confirm or deny it.
Okay.
So he probably did, but
There's probably more to it. He probably is going to get in trouble somehow or get caught because nothing actually ended up happening. Now he just has $1 million.
Yeah.
How's he going to explain that one?
it's cash.
And-
Just spend it when you need it.
The last time we see him, John Goodman just giving him a big bear hug.
Yeah.
And then we don't know how that plotline resolves really.
Yeah, because it's not even his story, so
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah, and that pretty much wraps up like the private investigators stuff to
Yeah.
this, to the kidnapping
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, Bunny comes back. So then we go back to the bowling alley, and this whole time we've had like their private life, the
Yeah.
dude's private life at the bowling alley.
And they're just kind of shooting the shit, talking about whatever. The dude's casually mentioning stuff to Walter sometimes, and Walter's like taking it to like heart.
Yeah, Walter,
like, wanting
or
to
he
be in on
gets very
helping.
upset about it, and Steve Buscemi's character is an even meeker, the dude.
He's
where
just kinda there.
He's just there, and he doesn't say anything, and he gets
Well,
told
I
to shut
know,
up
I
when
know
he does
that
say something.
like I read this a long time ago. The Coen brothers, since Steve Buscemi was in Fargo,
He's the good luck charm, right?
in in that movie, he talks nonstop, and the other guy who's with him, who does like the whole kidnapping plot in Fargo, always tells him like, "Shut up," and he just doesn't stop. And so they decided to write kind of the opposite for him and give him very few lines and have one character anytime Donnie says something.
Yep.
Walter just tells him to
Yeah, when
somebody's
having a heart attack, he's not even saying any lines. He just kind of just...
Right.
Yep.
They purposely
Walks off into
wrote
the
it
sunset.
that way
Yeah,
for
that's
him.
interesting. I kind of like that in the scope of their films. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. It's probably not like the most interesting character to play.
Right.
Because you literally have like no lines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're
just a background
being cut off
character.
every single time. But it's kind of funny throughout the movie.
Yeah, so that's where, and then we meet Jesus, and we meet like the other bowler guy who Walter threatens with the gun, and this the
Smokey.
drama in the background with the bowling league because he files the petition with the bowling league about the gun
so the
incident.
whole bowling league stuff, like they're building up to it, but then like
Yeah, they're building up to a finals game.
But it
and
never
they're in
happens.
and they're in the semifinals against Jesus.
Yep.
right.
We never even see who the finals team is.
It's just again we only get to see like bits through the dude's eyes, and
It's
even
like-
then we don't get to see everything he
Yep,
sees.
life moves on for the dude.
And they don't even really talk about how much they like love bowling. It's just something they do.
I will say, watching this movie made me want to go bowling really bad. Like,
Although I think to Julianne Moore, the dude did say that he does. I don't know if he said he likes bowling, but he says he bowls.
I also wanted to fly from the ceiling naked and paint, so we
that
have
looked
that
like
in
it'd be
common.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they leave the bowling alley near the end, and the nihilists have torched the dude's car. So they
Yes.
finally,
Yeah.
and he
That's
says
the very end
they,
of the
they
bowling
finally
stuff.
killed my
Finally
car.
killed my car.
Yeah, because the whole movie is just getting beat up.
Yeah, it was bound to happen.
And then they're still demanding the ransom for Bunny, and he's like, she's back already. Like, she wasn't gone. Like,
There is no
that
ransom.
wrapped up already.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, crap. And they explained that, like, the guy's girlfriend cut her off her own toe. Like,
Oh yeah.
for that big, because
And that
they, like,
was
mailed the toe to the
Amy Mann.
Lebowski.
That was
Oh,
singer
yeah.
Amy Mann.
The camera goes out of its way to show us that she's missing a toe,
Mm-hmm.
and they like show close up with Tara Reid's toe. Like we're supposed to care and keep track of that little plot line in the movie about the toe.
Well, it did happen like only like 20, 30 minutes before, I think. So it kind of like resolved itself quick. Like it was just two quick scenes.
Yeah.
Like because of the diner scene where John Goodman decides to stay. That's when they're talking about the toe, and I think it's like maybe.
And he says,
10,
he's like, it
20
could be
minutes
anyone's
later.
toe. It's not her toe.
They wrapped that up.
he's
And it was anyone's
And
toe.
it was someone's. Yeah, it was someone else's toe.
Yeah, I like when he's like, I can get you a toe. I can get you a toe by 3 o'clock. I can get you a toe with nail polish on it at 3 o'clock.
So I loved that scene with the nihilist though. And the guy's like, but my girlfriend cut off her toe. She's
Yeah.
expecting $1 million for it. I'm like,
What am I
don't-
supposed to do?
Like, I don't know. There was
Yeah.
never any money in the first place,
There
guys.
are scenes outside of the movie I would like to watch. I
Yeah.
want to watch that scene
Yeah.
where he has to confront his girlfriend with
Yes.
the fact that he doesn't have the money. I want to see Jesus. I want to see his side where he's like ramping up for the bowling, trying to get
Well, we're
good.
getting a Jesus movie supposedly, isn't that the rumor? Is that they're
I
making a
doubt it's
full-length
gonna
Jesus
happen.
movie?
I doubt it's gonna happen.
I doubt it too, but
Didn't Mel Gibson already do that?
probably.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I was referencing Passion of the Christ, Andy. You just missed it. It went over your head for some reason.
I got it.
Did he bowl? Did Jesus bowl in Passion? I don't
Jesus, take the
remember
wheel.
that. And
there's a lot to say about this movie. There's a lot.
I mean, it's a
Sure.
it's a movie
It's
you can
just-
spend a lot of time.
It feels like a lot of
analyzing and
scenes that are good on their own, but don't quite work as
Yeah, I don't know
cohesively
if-
as people think they do.
I think you mentioned it. I don't know if it was on air before, but you're right. It is sort of like a lot of good scenes strung together that end up meaning nothing, and that might be the point. But at
I
the same
think that-
time, I was
I
watching
think
this, and I'm
that's
just
the
sort of
point.
like, I enjoyed each piece of this movie.
It feels like you're watching it with commercial breaks.
But when the movie
Like
ended,
you're
I was
missing
like,
little pieces and bits of
okay,
it.
I'm ready to get on and do some other things. Like, I wasn't craving more, and I was like relieved when it ended a little bit.
All the acting is
but-
top notch.
It
but
is. Yeah.
The plot just a little sluggish and
Yeah.
just cool
Yeah,
things
and
happening for cool things'
Also,
sake.
some of the dream sequences, the way that they like cut to them, felt just strange. The first dream sequence did
Yeah.
feel very weird.
I don't know if we mentioned even the first dream sequence. I think we talked about the other one.
I
but-
actually, and I
Yeah.
don't, I did not care for either one, and I'm almost worried that's a byproduct of us having just recently watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, we came from another movie where there
yeah.
were two amazing dream sequences, and then we go to this
Lot
movie
to
where
hold
there's
up to.
two other surreal dream sequences, and I
They're
just
not
did
as
not
good.
care about these
yeah.
ones.
They're not like. They just don't look all that appealing. There's a couple like shots
Mm-hmm.
that look great, like in the second one when it's Julianne Moore and him.
Oh, doing like the bowling dance and all that
with like the
stuff
Viking
and-
stuff. Like
Yeah.
that stuff is cool. And then he goes down the bowling alley. Like that stuff's all kind of
Right.
cool. But like the magic carpet bride one, that's like just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. It's not.
It's
not
like it's a
perfect.
drug trip movie in a way, because it has him going through those dream sequences.
And
I
they are
mean,
vehicles to really move the movie. Like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we can. It's an easy
look
way
good
to
in the trailer.
explain passage of time from one scene to another because there are kind of weird gaps between them.
Sure.
So, but
It's
yeah,
like whenever
I don't
they
know.
want to get out of one scene and into the next.
If I
it's
want
like,
some dream sequences,
knock
I'm
'em
gonna
out.
go back to Pee Wee. I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch those. But it was a good movie. Not a movie I need to come back to though.
I think it's pretty good.
I'm glad I finally saw the whole thing. Apparently, that it was not something I had done previously.
Yeah, I think
I'm like,
might
I
have
did
missed
not
a
think
little
I
bit,
finished
too.
this movie before.
Although I will say the only thing I really didn't like, and just watching it again with Brad here, I didn't care for the wrap up ending with Sam Elliott like
Looking
trying
straight at the
to
camera
wrap up
and-
the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
ending. I was like, I
Telling
don't
a story.
need any of
And
that.
he does
He's
like-
trying to like justify what you saw.
And he does
in a
the
way.
weird, like, there's a little Lebowski on the way, and I'm like,
Yeah.
are they like almost setting up a sequel? What is going on?
Well,
Like,
I don't know.
it was.
I
You knew
don't
that
need
was
to
gonna
see
happen.
more of
I
these
thought
things.
it's like, why is Sam Elliott as a cow being Sam Elliott there, like ordering a sarsaparilla, like in the first place?
Is it a
was
beer?
So weird.
No, that's like a sody pop.
It's sort of, yeah. It's
Kind of like a Dr. Pepper-y thing.
Oh, okay.
The way
But did
I've
you
had
look
them.
at his mustache? Like that man has a glorious mustache.
Oh
it's
yeah,
Sam
I mean,
Elliott.
Yeah, it's Sam Elliott. That's like that's
It's one of his
the
signature
signature
things.
of Sam
Yep,
Elliott.
it's Burt Reynolds and Sam Elliott.
Oh my god,
and
it's
Tom Selleck.
only Sam Elliott.
That's
that
the-
mustache was enormous and beautiful.
That's Mount Stashmore right there. Those three guys.
What about that mustache though? Get on that
Do people- I might cut that out because I have to leave it in now. Else that reference won't land.
If you want to know that reference, go sign up for our Patreon page.
Yeah, you need to.
Ooh, little stinger.
Yeah, get them.
Thanks for rating, liking, and subscribing to our podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. The movie in our next episode has the tagline, "Some things have to be believed to be seen." We watched Poltergeist.
The house looks just like the one next to it. And the one next to that. And the one next to that. A young couple live in it.
Give Ken a kiss.
You are so obnoxious.
With their 3 children.
Poor Ken. Honey, Chewy's right 10 times.
And something more.
They're here. Sweetie, remember last night? Do you remember when you woke up and you said you were here? Uh-huh. Well, who did you mean? Who's here? TV people.
Something's funny going on here next door. Something,
We were wondering if maybe you had experienced any disturbances lately.
what kind of disturbances?
I don't know what hovers over this house. I've never sensed anything like it. That thing is in there with my baby.
Hundreds. Now Steven Spielberg crosses a frightening new threshold into a world within our own. Its form is revealed.
What is it?
Its focus is clear. And the games are over. Poltergeist. It knows what scares you.